What's up, everybody? I actually saved this level because it can be somewhat of a challenging run for a single hero. We did bring a friends list character just to keep some aggro off of her. He's not doing that well. But the important thing to remember is here, this girl she's like a shark. If she stops swimming, she's gonna drown. She has to keep doing damage. And the very last wave of this fight, you fight a bunch of these dragons. They do good damage, especially to a single character, and they're hard to put down. Even if you can crank out good damage, you're not just going to instantly be able to put them down. So we're going to see if she can persevere through that. That's pretty much what I'm saving the S4 for. We're going to try to blast him with that right off rip and see how we do. I should probably charge my skill cut up as much as I can before I get there. It's the next wave, because we're going to have to dump everything to even have a hope of survival. And it's nice to see Balin's actually hanging in there. Here's what we can do. We can use one of Balin's charismas, right? Increase the physical damage limit of all allies. That works out very well for her. So we can use his charisma to power up for the next fight, because I know it's going to be a doozy. So there we go. She did get empowered a little bit. So keep in mind, this girl's skill tree is like in the 80s. It's far from being done. Rocking 5-star weapons. Here it comes. I'm going to want to activate Slayer mode. And we're going to have to just see what we can do here. Well, at least we got him down to halfway. At least they are all kind of bunched up together. Oh, they're not letting me finish. Oh! You know what? This was close, though. I wish I could pan over and actually see how much health they have, but this was actually close. This map right here, this fight on hard, like Ray has a hard time muscling his way through here, just because these dragon things, they're hard to flinch and they do substantial damage, especially when it's only a single character. I actually feel like she could have done a better job here, and that's probably my fault for not controlling her the best that I could. I think I can make it through this though, but this is pretty much what I've been doing, just kind of running her as is, seeing where she falls in place. This girl's nowhere near done, but it is nice to see her be able to nuke the screen like that, even if she's half-ass built. So I will show you guys, we are in the newer content over here. Let's see. I believe this is some sort of desert. It is like a... yeah, it's a level 83 requirement, hard difficulty level. The reason I wanted to run her here is because obviously her event level says level requirement 90. I don't really believe that, because she can totally pawn her event. Now granted, if you let her stand still and she gets some dark magic cast on her, she can die soloing her own event, but that almost never happens. All you have to do is tap that S1 button. But for here, in fact, let's see if we can do this with just a stronger support. Let's see. You know what? I think she'd be able to make it right now with my buddy Goku here, because his Loga, I think she should give Loga enough time to get his foot in the door and start kind of breaking those dragons and doing some damage to him, because she started off really great. So actually what we're going to do, we're going to start activating some Slayer mode to make sure that you're charging all that up. I don't think I'm going to have a hard time getting to the end and proccing her S4. I also didn't have a hard time getting a 30-hit combo here. That's fairly easily done when you're running this character. And look at our beautiful skill set. It's fully charged. Yeah, skill stock is actually going to be used on this girl, because she can charge her skill so quick. You know, why not hold 4 of them instead of 3? You're actually going to be able to charge that up and use it and dump all 4 of those on someone. I think it's a great idea. Look at that. We got her S4 up already. Important to note, too. This girl's S4 is only like halfway powered up. It's not even really comparable to what it can really do. And we better start using some of these skills because they're charging so fast, we're just kind of wasting them. Oh, let's dump an S3 here. See, one of those dragons can really gunk up the works. But Loga is obviously helping out a lot more than the Balin that I was just running. I chose to run that Balin because I knew he was like a lower tier build, so this girl would be doing more work. Let's start off with some missiles this time. Oh, that damn earth magic. Well, there we go. Thank you, Loga. I was about to do that my damn self, but you beat me to it. Oh man, Proud Force really needs to kick in for him. You know what, though? The one thing that we're not going to have here is we're not going to have a charisma ability. We're going to try to dump our S4s together. I want to at least use Loga's S4 before he gets annihilated. Here comes the good one. Still hitting for, 9k. On these things, that's pretty damn good. What's Loga's hitting for? This is a fully built Loga, too. They're hitting around the same, surprisingly. Okay, so what have I taken away from this? I can't use my S3. These dudes cannot be stunned. Alright, it's just me flying solo. Oh no! No! So close. I think we did take a couple of them down. But no, they're just beating me into the dirt. So, I'm totally happy with this girl's performance, though. Real talk. You could run a whole party through this level and actually have a difficult time with these dragons. Hey, if you don't believe me, go run this level on hard. It's definitely a good level to run characters solo. As the game progresses, I'm trying to find a new level to run. I'm used to running in Alice's White Lab. That's where I did all my benchmarks. But it's just becoming way too easy over there. So I want like a mid to high tier test run level. And it looks like this might be it. This is going to be it for me. I dig fighting these dragons. I think it turns into an interesting combat because not only do you have the big head honcho dragon, who is pretty damn tough, but he's surrounded by super tough mobs. Like each one of those little dragons is a little boss in his own right. So I think this is a good level for me to start testing out like some of the more high tier stuff. Let me know what you think, but I think this is where we're gonna start doing a lot of benchmarks. If you guys got a better level than this, then fighting a whole clan of dragons running solo, let me know. But this is over here. Where is this? Yellow Landed Crata. So this is over here. This is where the newer content is. You go through all this to open up Solaris, right? And actually, I was over here today looking for bottles in the water. Nothing? I haven't found a bottle in the water in a long time. Is there a cybernetic bottle in the water? For Alice? Is there? By the way, I did notice something too. This is the first time that Last Cloudia has ever given us a free bundle to buy in the shop. I completely forgot about that. I did see it in the shop and I nabbed it up yesterday. It came with some shards for Alice, and it's free. You just go into the shop and get it, right? But we are all used to our shop icon always having a red dot on it because they always want us to go in there and buy shit. But I do believe, is it in the bargain packs? It's here somewhere. There is a free bundle that you can get. I was going to talk about it, and I completely... Here it is. The free Cyber Slayer Alice Power-Up Material Set. I already got it. It's sold out. So something to keep an eye on. If this is something that Last Cloudia is going to start doing, is throwing free bundles in here, we're actually going to have to start checking this stuff. So I did make a mental note of it, but I forgot to talk about it in some of my prior recordings. But some other YouTubers definitely mentioned it, so I mean the word is out there. I want to perpetuate that. I don't want anybody to forget to get their free bundle. All right, I've been talking about how important this girl is to star up to get that S4. Right, mine's only level 58 out of 80. So I'm trying to get the Visionary late for her. I already dropped like a couple hundred lapis today. No such luck. Typically to get one of those mats, it's like 2 or 3 days of grinding. So wish me luck, everybody. But right, she is only awoken. She's woke 4 times. She's still half asleep, right? I still need like 600 more shards of this character for her to actually really bring forth all the power that she has, and it is quite substantial, right? I've been crunching the numbers a little bit. I've been doing some guesstimates, just with how fast she gets her S4 and what you can do with it. Just powering her all the way up and awakening her, it's just going to be phenomenal. So it's going to give players something to do, because you definitely want to grind her shards. Now you can speed the process up if you pull a dupe of her, obviously, okay? Which I did, by the way, today. This is what my daily pull got me. It came down red. I was like, oh, because, you know, I'm thinking I could nab up the Arc, and it was actually a dupe of her. But you know what? In this case, I'm just as happy with a dupe of her as I am an Arc that I don't have yet. I'll get that Arc down the road no matter what, because it's non-limited. And typically, I would trade some shards for an Arc, but for this girl in particular, shards are so important to her power level, right? And just pulling a dupe of her could save you, a month of grinding to really getting her to that threshold. Also, one of the complaints I've heard about her is like, yeah, to really power her up, you need the UR Arc that came with Roland. Well, it didn't come with Roland. It did if you were lucky AF. This is the Arc that we're talking about, and it's because it has light attack rise too. This is what's so important about having this Arc for this girl. It also works very well for her. Obviously, you can put this on her, and she's going to give her a great damage boost and special damage limit 5k, right? So effectively, I should be able to hit 30,000 damage cap if I equip this Arc on this girl. And she's really going to be able to take advantage of that. So it's cool. This Arc works very well for Roland and for her. It's obviously going to be a lot more offensive with her running around with it and, hitting for 30,000 damage cap with her S4. Because I just uploaded a video not too long ago. She was hitting for like 25,000 damage cap with her S4. That is, of course, with an accessory that gives you 2,000 more to your S4 damage cap. Well, this gives you another 5,000 more to your S4 damage cap. Special gauge limit 5,000. Yeah. So, definitely, you know what? Maybe I could have beat those dragons if I would have equipped this thing. It would have jacked her stats all the way up. But I'm trying to teach her some stuff. Advanced aim vitals is what she's working on right now. It's still kind of fun to see where she falls in the current content that we're clearing. Even especially on a solo run, when she's half built. I do like kind of power running these characters as they come together and seeing, just how they evolve as characters. Is there a certain point that you need to get a character to before there's just like an explosion of power? With some characters, it's like that. This girl has been pretty damn steady out of the box. It's just steady power rising. As soon as you start getting skill charge abilities, you start kind of seeing the full picture. It just becomes insane. Like, her skills just never run out. You can tap on that button all you want, and as soon as she kills someone, she gets more. So it's just really nifty. It's really nice to see a skill-based character who never runs out of skills and has such a great S4. So this has been great. Good job, Aidis. Who would have known that they would have put a super powerful character after 2 extremely demanding limited banners with UR arcs. Good job, guys. You got everybody's attention, right? The important thing, though, is, and the note that I need to leave everybody on, save for Christmas. It's right around the corner. It's coming. There's going to be UR arc. There's going to be something, you know, save for Christmas. And another thing, too, is what I was talking about this girl in the arc. It all ties back to Christmas, right? Yeah, that was a big complaint, is you need this arc to really get this girl to shine. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. It's nice to have this to get this girl to her best in slot because it just works so well for her. Here's the thing, though. Out of all the UR arcs, this is technically the easiest one to get. It's been in the pity shop already, even though I was excluded from that because I had the arc ether reward at 100%, and that was complete utter BS, and Aidis didn't do a damn thing about it. But the point is, this thing was still in the pity shop already, right? So there's just more likeliness of them putting this thing up for grabs, and eventually they're going to have to do that with UR arcs. They're going to have to make them more readily available, and this will probably be one of the first arcs that they do that with. They've already started putting it into a pity system, even though it was a very limited pity system. All right, they're already taking those baby steps. We know where they're headed. This arc is going to be more, it's going to be more viable to players as time goes on, and I think it's going to be pretty easy for most players to, and honestly, I think if they let us grind an arc out ever, it's probably going to be this arc. I would bet on that this would be the first arc that we could grind out or pity or have a different way of getting. So that's where I stand on this character. If this is the only thing that keeps you from powering her up to like a ridiculous level, just know that this arc is coming. Every account will most likely get one of these sooner than later. And yeah, I say that with Christmas in mind, right? So, but yeah, Light Attack Rise 2 works great on her. Can't argue with that, and so does the arc attribute. And of course, this has a skill that not only does damage, it breaks, right? And I think this girl can really take advantage of that. Break the enemy and then dump your S4 when they're broken. It would just be ridiculous. So, yeah, I think that's about the only thing in your way to getting pretty much her best in slot. People want that sword. Honestly, I would go with a sword and a pistol for this girl, and I would want the sword that increases damage cap. I would actually, this is personally me, I would equip her Halo Blade over the Zelbus Blade. And I don't know, be some tricky math because this does give you light attack damage plus 10%, which will actually help her get to damage cap. But her Halo Blade actually increases her damage cap by 1,000, especially when she's in Slayer mode, which is like all the time when she's actually built. So I don't know. The fact is, though, that her 5-star sword is actually comparable to a 7-star weapon from a UR arc. That is how much her weapon does to her. A slight increase in damage cap is actually a big deal. I talked about this in my old vid, just because she can get 100 hit combos like it's nothing. Hey, that's 100,000 damage off of an extra 1,000 damage cap, you know, per hit. So just the fact that she has such a high rate of attack, her sword works with her so well. I've said it before, I'll say it again. She has a 5-star weapon. It might as well be a 6 or a 7-star weapon when she's equipped with it. Because I could be using the Zelbus Blade with her right now, but then I'd have to give up the pistol. And I already ran that in another vid. Her attack actually went down a little bit, and she was doing around the same amount of damage, so I figured I would give Roland his sword back. He's been crying about this thing all day, and she could just use the pistol for now. And it's been working out fine. So you don't need any sort of crazy 7-star gear for this girl. Yeah, it helps to have that pistol that ignores elemental resistance. I'm working on getting that too for her. But we have a 5-star pistol that is just absolutely phenomenal for this girl right now, and we all have it because you should have just got done grinding it out, and it works well. So all in all, I think she's a pretty easy character to equip, especially if you manage to get the 25 hero credentials for her sword. You're not going to have a problem equipping this girl. And if this is the only arc that's preventing you from having her best in slot, that's a big deal, because she's a very powerful character. She is definitely up there on the Kohaku power level. And she has a UR arc slot for this arc in particular that she wants, and this is the easier UR arc to get. Now, does that mean that you're going to get this thing for sure? Yeah, no, but out of all of the UR arcs there are, you technically have a better chance of getting this UR arc than you do the other ones, because they've already started putting this arc in pity systems. We'll have to see how that goes, right? So that's my final thought on that. If this is the only thing holding the girl back, you know what? Maybe you might want to try to nab her now and have a little bit of patience till you get that UR arc out, and then she can just blow things out of the water. Or you could just save everything for Christmas, because I know there's going to be a banner. I know it's going to have a UR arc. I know everyone's going to want it. And they're probably going to drop Light Theria, and they're going to revamp her. They're going to strengthen her. She was the highest light damage caster in the game. I'm sure they will give her Light Verse, so she can be casting that with Lily. And they're going to have to increase her damage cap. If they want her to keep up with Lily, they're going to have to increase her damage cap substantially, because Shift Lily can also cast Light Verse, but she can double the hit count on it, right? So, personally, for me, Lily's always going to come out on top, just because I like the character design. But, Holy Theria Holy Saint Theria fans, you can rejoice, because I'm pretty sure that's what's in the works right now, and a lot of people did like her as a light mage. I still have her little black dress on my other account that I've never got to use. So I think when they drop her on the banner, your boy's going to take a break, because I'm very happy with the casters that I have and the light damage that I'm doing, and I'm very happy with their character design. But I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very excited about, what was her name? Saintly Theria? Yeah, Saint Theria with her little black dress. So, yeah, we have that to come, right? So and I don't think that's going to be the big Christmas surprise. I don't think that's it. I think that's just going to be like a little Christmas, tidbit that people are going to be able to pull on her. But I think they will come out with something new, and probably an awesome UR arc to throw on top of that. So, actually kind of looking forward to see what kind of Black Friday stuff we get. I'm not going to hold my breath. But Last Cloudia should be coming through with some deals, especially after these back-to-back banners. Man, they really, after putting us through all this, Aidis needs to put out a Black Friday bundle that's literally a $100 bundle for $19.99. They should do it. It will help. It will help your fan base. It'll help your players. Lord knows they've all spent enough on these last 3 limited banners. That's just goodie after goodie after goodie, leading up to a Christmas banner that's going to be packed full of goodies and limited UR arc, I'm sure. So that's what's coming. Everybody get ready. Save your resources. Look at me with my 500 lapis. Isn't it great? So yeah, guys, let's talk about Christmas. Let me know if you're excited about Saintly Theria. Let me know what you think we're going to get. If you've peeped something through the grapevine, let me know. Yeah, let's talk about Christmas. It is around the corner. Be nice to have somewhat of an idea of what we're going to get. What do you guys expect? What do you want to get, right? What do we want Last Cloudia to give us for Christmas? My personal vote is, let us grind out a UR arc, right? It doesn't even have to be any one of them. You could give us options, because even if I have that arc, at least I could get, another point for one of the stats on it or something, which was my big gripe for them not letting me get the UR arc out of the pity shop, because I already had it at 100%. I still think that's absolutely ridiculous. They need to do away with that. But yeah, grinding out any UR arc would be great. And for a lot of people, it would give them the path to get Alice's best in slot arc, which is also going to be best in slot for Roland. So hey, but that is my wish. That is what I wish Last Cloudia would do. Guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you wish for Christmas and what they could feasibly do to make all of us happy over here in global land. Peace, everybody.